Ding,
Mr.
ding,
Jason.
ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Yes, Mr.
Jason,
Craig.
you still
Mr.
haven't
Craig.
cleaned the room.
No.
It's a
No,
mess
I'm
back
not going to
there.
do it.
But there is a beautiful picture on the wall.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it,
Never gonna get it.
never gonna get it.
Aren't you going to ask me, Mr. Jason?
Oh, Mr. Craig. Who do we have today?
Well, this is from our special Loan Officer series.
Ooh,
We have
I'm
Mike.
feeling a little alone in my house.
Well, aren't we all? We have Mike Mortgage Jones, going pro with football shows, baseball throws, and loan officer flows.
Who knows? Let's goes.
Let's go.
Faux shows.
Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes podcast.
Boom.
All right, Mike Jones.
Yes,
Mike
sir.
Jones.
How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm good. Just adjusting to everyday life. I know a lot has
Yes.
changed for us all. And
Yeah.
it's challenging, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you home and with family around you?
Yes. I'm home. 2 young kids, wife, so 2 dogs. It's a party all day long.
Isn't it just delightful?
Right. Exactly.
Well, before we dive in, and I don't know if you've listened to the Insurance Dudes at all, but the first question we ask everybody is, what was the first concert you went to? And you can go way back. You could have been a little kid.
Oh, that's a good one. First concert I went to. Man. I went
It's a tough
to
one. Barney?
No, so I'm originally from Texas.
Dang.
And I went to the rodeo. It's a big deal out there in Houston area. And they always have a huge celebrity. And I remember when I was in the 9th grade, Destiny's Child was there.
Wow.
Which they're originally from
Oh.
Houston too. Yeah, this is in
That's a big
Houston
deal.
Astrodome. Yeah, it was a big deal. I remember that. But as an adult, I went to a Jay-Z concert and I
Ooh.
went to a Maxwell concert, which was really good, surprisingly good.
Nice.
And yeah, that's about it.
Well, cool.
Wow,
Well,
you
welcome
got some
welcome to the
good
Insurance
stuff.
Dudes. So
Yeah.
you're actually not an insurance dude, but you work in
I am not.
you work closely, likely, with some insurance dudes. And one of the things that we're doing is we branch out and provide more value to our audience, the insurance dudes and dudettes out there. Is loan officers are huge in what the resources that and knowledge they have, and how there's that intersection of our industries, right?
Right.
I mean, some of our best clients come from our centers of influence, being loan officers, realtors, and such. So we love you to tell a little bit about your background, how you got into the business, and we'll then go from there.
You want the long version or the short version?
Whatever.
In between. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we're all on lockdown.
right, exactly. We have time.
Yeah, right.
So just my story, I guess. Like I said, born and raised in Houston, Texas. I came out to Arizona on a football scholarship. I played at Arizona State, but I also played baseball as well. So I played 2 sports in college.
Nice.
Yeah, I played professionally both sports as well. Got drafted in baseball and played in the NFL for 2.5 years.
Wow.
And then,
That's incredible.
a lifetime ago. I'm sorry.
For the Cardinals?
Cardinals were my last team, actually. So for the
Okay.
Texans, Seattle, and the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. What's up? So bounced around 3 teams in 2 years. Played in the Gulf Coast League in Tampa, Florida. Got drafted by the Yankees in baseball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then my phone stopped ringing. So I realized, okay, well, football might be coming to an end. And then it took some time to accept that and learn that you got to find something else now. That plan B
That's
that your
tough,
parents
huh?
been talking about. Oh yeah, it is tough. It's more mental than anything, but yes, it is tough. But I always was taught that there's more to life other than sports, and you always have to have a plan B, C, D, E, and F, G. And then again, my phone stopped ringing, and I got a job working at the W Hotel in Scottsdale. Just something part-time, consistent income. Had time to stay in shape just in case if the phone rang. Didn't ring. and I met someone, got into corporate security. I did that for a few years. Then I became an executive admin at the same company for a few years, and then was expecting a baby, and I always knew that I wasn't going to do that forever, and I've always looked forward for a challenge, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And during this whole time, I've always coached kids and trained kids. I've been doing it, going on 10 years now. And I've always loved giving back and helping people. And one of the kids I was coaching, his father was in the mortgage business, my now boss, told me about what he does and what the mortgage business is all about. And he said I'd be a good fit, good people person, got a little bit of a story. So I studied, got my license, and I've been doing it ever since. And I love it. I wish I would have done it a lot sooner. Because just the fact that you get to help people every day is different. It's challenging, and it allows me to have the flexibility to be super dad, which is my ultimate goal and my why for everything. It's just, I want to be just super dad. Mainly because, back to my story, I'm single, only child raised by a single mother. So I've always had pride in when I become a father, I'm going to take it to another level.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
You're likely very competitive, right?
I mean, it's natural, I guess.
To make it to professional sports, though, I mean, you were in high school the best of the best, and then you get to college, and maybe it's a little more challenging, but still, for you to make the step from college to NFL, you had to be the best of college, and it must, like, each level must have been so interesting to see, like, oh shit, there's a lot of guys that are freaking fast. Like, you get to the NFL and it's like a whole nother thing, right? I mean,
exactly.
So fast.
Yeah, and I was just going to hit on that. People, like, when you go to the next level from high school, the jump from high school to college, yes, it is a change in speed and just everything, really. But the jump from college to the NFL, it's a whole nother ball game when you get up there. Like, it's deep. We're talking about grown men that are feeding their family and making a ton of money, and it's more than competitive. It's like a lifestyle, and people think all I see is money of what they see on TV and turn on SportsCenter and ESPN. Oh, such and such is making $10 million a year. You know what? In the third quarter, when it's 3rd and 15 and he's exhausted, he's not thinking about how much money he's making. He's thinking about making the play and beating the man in front of him, and that consistently happens every single play. People don't look at that. They just look at the paycheck, which is a grind out there. And I encourage people, if you ever have the opportunity to stand on the sidelines for an NFL game or get really good seats, those first like 10 rows, watch the speed of the game. You tell me if you can go out there and perform, and it blows people's minds. So that's just something I like to put things in perspective for people from my experience.
So how has it been? Like as you get to the next level in this business, like what kind of things are you doing as a loan officer to find business, to grow your business?
To be honest, I've always been a huge relationship guy. Before this all happened, I try to have my tour of local coffee shops and just meet people once a day and just build relationships with those people. And I don't always look for business. I like to have conversations. I like to learn other people's stories and their why, and why they are who they are and how they get to where they are. And if business comes from that, fantastic. If not, then no worries. At least I learned it. And I always end the things with, what can I do to help others? And what can I do to achieve your goals? So I've networked a lot with like coffee meetings. Lately, I've done a couple of Zoom calls, but personally, it's not the same, but it is something. Obviously, social media that helps with building business. But other than that, that's the core of how I build my business now. As of late, and with this whole curveball with the world now, I'm trying to find other creative ways to do it.
Awesome. I'd like to jump into I know going back to what Craig said originally, I know our two worlds definitely collide, right? The insurance and loan officer mortgage industry. What experience have you had with insurance agents?
Oh, quite a bit. I have a few of them. No, the funny part is I actually thought about going into insurance when I was on that crossing roads. Like, what do I want to do? Mortgages? Do I want to be a full-time coach? Do I want to go insurance? I started studying for the exam, and then I started studying for the other exam, and it just clicked more for me.
Totally.
But yeah, I have a few insurance partners that I use, obviously mostly for homeowners insurance, because people will get under contract and looking for the best rates possible for homeowners insurance, or if I really need something to make the deal work. Have a few people that help me out with that and shopping other companies. But other than that, that's the most interaction I get with insurance guys like yourselves. And I also have a former teammate that works for an insurance company, and that I bounce ideas off of, and just to get his opinion on things that I may not be the most educated about.
Love it.
So as other folks, you know, they make this choice and they're on the fence whether to go into insurance or go into possibly being a loan officer. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that was interested in entering your industry?
Be patient. Be patient.
The one thing that nobody wants to be.
Exactly.
Right.
Be patient, be consistent, and those are the biggest things, really. Just being patient, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. But if you're patient and consistent and work hard, it'll eventually happen. You'll eventually achieve your goals, or at least you'll see a light at the end of the tunnel. Because my first year, it was a grind, that's for sure. It's an eye opener.
What would you say? What's some of the best advice that you've had along the way? Like what are some standout points that maybe a mentor or
everyone you know needs to know what you do. That was a big one for me, because I would say a private person. I keep to my circle. I stay to myself and my family. And then I had to commit to social media, which I wasn't too excited about. But then I learned that that's the way to do it nowadays. It's the 21st century. And every time you go somewhere, people are looking down at their phone. Like, you can walk into a Starbucks,
right.
maybe not today, but before this all happened, and 90% of the people are down looking at some kind of device. And if you can stay in front of them, then that's a huge help. So social media was a big part of what the mentor taught me. Everyone needs to know, be patient, be consistent, and just have a passion for what you do and help other people.
What would you say? So we usually ask this to insurance agents, and I'm just curious, what would you, best advice you would give somebody coming into the mortgage industry if you had to give them one piece of advice, freshly new coming in? There might be an insurance dude out there that said, you know what, I'm switching industries. Because I know, like you said, you started studying for the insurance. I mean, I did real estate before. I mean, it's so funny how the worlds are just so, they're so intertwined. Yeah, they are.
Same avenues. Advice for someone coming in as an LO. Back to what I was talking. Just be patient, man. Just be patient. It's gonna happen. You got into this business for the flexibility, most people, and to make some money, most people.
Right.
It's not gonna happen today. It's people. I actually was taught it's a 3-year plan. So the first year you're gonna drag your face through.
Yep.
SHIT, yeah. And then the second year will be mud, and then the third year will just be dirt, and you'll be able to dust it off, and then you'll know what you're doing after that. And that's kind of the approach that I tell myself, because when I first started, and at least got on my own, because I started consumer direct on the phone all the time. That first month, I was just like, I'm ready to go, and I'm not used to failing so much. And I was just like, man, am I doing something wrong? And then I just reconnect with people that have been doing it. And they tell you, Mike, you're doing it. You're doing all the right things. You're doing the things on social media. You have to go through this. Remember the 3-year plan? And I just tell myself, well, I don't have 3 years, but at the same time, it's just part of life, really. You have to go through these steps to be successful.
Just
most people give up
and keep going. Keep
Exactly.
going.
I like that analogy. Crap, mud, dirt for 3 years. And that's
Crap,
pretty much
mud,
in our industry too. I mean, it's
Mhm.
kind of the same thing. It's like, it's a lot of a grind. And those
It
who
is.
come out on the other side of being consistent are awesome. And it's almost like
Exactly.
that grind also teaches you a ton.
So, well, hey, Mike, thank you so much, man. And we look forward to chatting with you down the road.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Okay.
I appreciate
Take
it.
care.
Anytime.
Yeah.
All right.
You got it, Mike. Have a
Take
good
care.
one.
You too.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dudes Inner Circle coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com. Hey, thanks for checking out The Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.